What I wish I knew at 10 instead of 30 is that fun has no age limit. Welcome to our channel, your one-stop destination for all things entertaining. From engaging children's education videos to heart-pounding adult suspense thrillers and everything in between. We've got dynamic dramatic entertainment that will keep you on the edge of your seat. So why wait? Hit that subscribe button, like our videos, share with friends, and drop a comment to let us know what you think. And don't forget to tap that notification bell so you never miss an update. Join us on this roller coaster ride of fun and thrills. You'll be glad you did. Stay tuned because there's so much more to come. Just wait and see. Let's have a great time together. See you in the next video. We're waiting just for you to come back again, so stay with us all the way.
The year is 1632. Picture a small town, quiet and unassuming. This is Loudun, France. Cobblestone streets, a sense of peace. The town, with its quaint charm and serene atmosphere, seemed like a place where time stood still. The people of Loudun went about their daily lives unaware of the storm that was brewing, but this peace was about to be shattered. Dark clouds began to gather, both literally and metaphorically, casting long shadows over the town. A darkness was creeping in, starting within the walls of the Ursuline convent. The convent, a place of sanctuary and prayer, was becoming a focal point for something inexplicable. The convent housed nuns, women devoted to a life of prayer. These women had dedicated their lives to God, seeking solace and purpose within the convent's ancient walls. They believed in piety and devotion. Their days were filled with prayer, contemplation, and the rituals of their faith. But something was terribly wrong. The air grew thick with unease, and the nuns began to sense a presence that defied their understanding. The nuns began to behave strangely. Their once serene and orderly lives were disrupted by inexplicable events. They would scream and convulse. Their cries echoed through the convent, filling the halls with a sense of dread. Their bodies would contort in unnatural positions. It was as if they were being controlled by an unseen force. They spoke in tongues, uttering words that made no sense. Their incoherent babbling added to the growing fear. Whispers of demonic possession spread through the convent like a virus. Fear took hold. The nuns, once united in their faith, were now divided by suspicion and terror. The nuns were gripped by something they couldn't understand, something dark and sinister. The shadows seemed to move with a life of their own, and the air was thick with an oppressive presence. The townspeople were both terrified and intrigued. Rumors spread quickly, and the once peaceful town was now abuzz with speculation. What was happening within those holy walls? The townspeople gathered outside the convent, their faces a mix of fear and curiosity. Was the devil truly at work in Loudun? The question hung in the air, heavy with dread. The idea of demonic possession was both terrifying and fascinating to the townspeople, or was there something else at play, something more human and perhaps even more sinister? Whispers of conspiracy and hidden agendas began to circulate. The stage was set for a drama that would expose the darkest corners of the human soul. The events that would unfold in Loudun would challenge the very fabric of belief and reason, leaving a mark on history that would be remembered for centuries to come. The strange behavior escalated. The nuns' cries echoed through the convent halls. They would writhe on the ground, their eyes would roll back in their heads. They claimed to see demons lurking in the shadows. They spoke with voices that weren't their own, deep and guttural. Their words accused various individuals of practicing witchcraft. The nuns' accusations were often incoherent, but they pointed fingers at specific individuals within the community. Fear and suspicion poisoned the air. Neighbors turned against neighbors, friends became enemies. The once peaceful town of Loudun was in the throes of mass hysteria. The nuns' claims of demonic possession were met with a mix of horror and fascination. Some believed wholeheartedly in the devil's influence. They saw the nuns' contortions as proof of a supernatural battle for their souls. Others, however, whispered doubts. Were these women truly possessed, or were they merely acting, driven by some unknown motive? Enter Father Urbain Grandier. A charismatic and controversial figure, Grandier was known for his eloquence and charm, which won him many admirers and just as many enemies. Grandier was a Catholic priest ordained in the early 17th century, serving in the town of Loudun, France. But he was known for his defiance of authority and his scandalous affairs. His outspoken nature often put him at odds with both the church hierarchy and the local government. He was a man who walked a fine line between piety and sin, embodying the complexities and contradictions of his time. Grandier was called upon to perform an exorcism, a task that would test his faith and resolve. The hope was that he could drive out the demons that plagued the nuns. Grandier was initially reluctant, questioning the legitimacy of the possessions. He doubted the authenticity of the possessions, suspecting that there might be other explanations for the nuns' behavior. But he was a man of God, and he could not ignore the pleas of the afflicted. His compassion and sense of duty compelled him to act. So he entered the convent, ready to confront the forces of darkness, armed with his faith and determination. Little did he know he was walking into a web of deceit and manipulation orchestrated by those who sought to bring him down. This web of intrigue would ultimately lead to his downfall as accusations and suspicions mounted against him. The exorcisms were dramatic and public, drawing large crowds who were eager to witness the battle between good and evil. The nuns would scream and thrash about, their bodies contorting in unnatural ways, seemingly resisting Grandier's efforts to free them. The scenes were chaotic, with the nuns appearing to be in the grip of some malevolent force, their cries echoing through the convent. They would accuse him of being in league with the devil, claiming that he was the one who had cursed them and brought this evil upon them. Grandier found himself at the center of a storm of accusations, his every action scrutinized and twisted to fit the narrative of his accusers. Grandier, for his part, approached the exorcisms with a mixture of skepticism and genuine concern for the nuns' well-being. He questioned the validity of their possessions, but could not turn away from their suffering. His compassion for the nuns was evident as he sought to alleviate their distress and bring them peace, even as he faced increasing hostility and suspicion.
I doubted the authenticity of these possessions, suspecting that there might be other, more earthly explanations for the nuns' behavior. But as a man of God, I could not ignore their pleas. Their cries for help resonated deeply within me, compelling me to take action. I will confront these forces of darkness, armed with my faith and the hope that I can bring light to this troubled place. The path ahead is fraught with danger and uncertainty, but I am resolved to see it through, no matter the cost.
As the exorcisms continued, the nuns' accusations against Father Grandier grew more specific.
They claimed that he had seduced them. They said he had made a pact with the devil.
They produced letters allegedly written in Grandier's hand, detailing his satanic rituals and his desire to corrupt the nuns. The evidence seemed damning.
The accusations against me were fueled by a complex web of political and personal vendettas. I had made enemies within the church and among the powerful elite of Loudun.
These enemies saw the nuns' accusations as an opportunity to get rid of Grandier once and for all.
The letters, later revealed to be forgeries, played a crucial role in swaying public opinion against Grandier.
The townspeople, already gripped by fear and paranoia, were all too willing to believe that this charismatic priest was a servant of Satan. The accusations, whether true or not, had painted a target on Grandier's back. The exorcisms became public spectacles, drawing people from far and wide. These events were not just religious rituals, but also social gatherings, where the community came together, driven by a mix of fear, curiosity, and a desire for entertainment. Crowds gathered in the convent courtyard, their faces a mix of anticipation and dread. The atmosphere was electric, charged with the collective energy of the onlookers, who were eager to witness the extraordinary events that were about to unfold.
They watched in horrified fascination as the nuns convulsed and screamed, their bodies seemingly controlled by an unseen force. The nuns' contortions and cries were both terrifying and mesmerizing, holding the crowd in a state of rapt attention. The air was thick with incense and fear, creating an almost suffocating atmosphere. The scent of burning herbs mingled with the palpable tension, making the experience even more surreal and otherworldly.
The exorcisms were highly theatrical events, meticulously staged to evoke the maximum emotional response from the audience. Every gesture, every word was calculated to heighten the drama and reinforce the belief in the supernatural. The nuns would speak in different voices, claiming to be possessed by various demons. Their voices would change pitch and tone, sometimes speaking in languages they had never learned, adding to the mystique and horror of the situation.
They would levitate, or at least appear to levitate, in front of the horrified onlookers. This apparent defiance of natural laws was seen as undeniable proof of their possession, further fueling the crowd's fear and fascination.
The crowd, swept up in the frenzy, believed they were witnessing a battle between good and evil. The intensity of their reactions mirrored the intensity of the performances, creating a feedback loop of escalating emotion and belief. But who was truly possessed? Was it the nuns who seemed to be under the control of dark forces? Or was it Father Grandier, accused of witchcraft and heresy? Or perhaps it was the townspeople themselves, possessed by their own fears and prejudices, projecting their anxieties onto the nuns and the priest. The nuns, Father Grandier, or perhaps the townspeople themselves, possessed by their own fears and prejudices. The lines between victim and perpetrator, reality and illusion, were blurred, leaving everyone involved in a state of confusion and hysteria.
The public nature of the exorcisms only intensified the hysteria. The more people watched, the more the nuns' behavior escalated, creating a vicious cycle of performance and reaction. The crowd's energy fed into the nuns' actions, making each exorcism more dramatic than the last. The nuns, consciously or unconsciously, played their roles to perfection. They became the stars of a macabre show, their every move scrutinized and interpreted by the eager audience. Their actions, whether genuine or feigned, were amplified by the collective belief of the crowd.
They fed off the energy of the crowd, their performances becoming more dramatic, their accusations more outlandish. Each new exorcism brought new claims of possession, new demons to be cast out, and new spectacles to be witnessed. The line between reality and performance became increasingly blurred. What began as a religious ritual had transformed into a theatrical event, where the boundaries between truth and fiction, faith and fear, were indistinguishably intertwined.
If your family loves fun and adventure, you're in the right place. Welcome to our channel, where every video is a new journey. Dive into thrilling mysteries, heartwarming real-life stories, and suspenseful dramas that keep everyone on the edge of their seats. And that's not all. We've got entertaining tutorials, fun learning activities for kids, and engaging content for adults too. It's a one-stop shop for family entertainment. So what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button, like, comment, and share our videos with your friends and family. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest adventures. Join our growing community and let's make every day a fun-filled experience together. See you in our next video.